This is Mr. Briscoe.
Okay, 25 CR 883 is called the State of Texas versus Alex Briscoe. You are Alex Briscoe.
Yes.
You were present with your attorney, Mr. Adams. You've been indicted with the second-degree felony of aggravated assault, which carries with it up to 20 years in prison.
Whoa, 20 years on the table right out the gate. Texas doesn't play when it comes to aggravated assault, viewer SWAT. Would you do if your sentence range started this high before even speaking?
Found guilty, but it doesn't end there. You have a prior conviction out of Harris County in 2019 for being a felon in possession of a firearm. If all of this is true, it bumps your punishment range to a first-degree felony, which means you're looking at no less than 5 nor more than life imprisonment on this case. If it were me, I'd consider it real important. What are you doing today?
Just move it to the announcement. This is initial appearance. But I have given him his indictment and police report.
Do I?
Said I have given him his indictment and the probable cause affidavit. He has all that.
All right. State, who is on this one, please? It looks like Mr. Laird.
Yes.
What is his bond here, please? You've already been convicted of 2 other felonies. Then you got a felon in possession of a firearm conviction in 19. Then here, I'm looking at the facts on this case, and there was a firearm used in this case.
That's not just a bond, that's digital babysitting. Judges often use GPS monitoring when they see a pattern of repeat offenses, basically saying, I don't trust you and I'll prove it.
What's his bond?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want you.
$35,000.
You're going to have you're at home confinement. I don't want you leaving your home. And you have to have a GPS device so I know where you are at all times. You understand? You don't like it? You don't like it? Tough. You are a danger. This is the 3rd time you've messed with a felony. And you think it's other people's fault? You're going to be at home confinement. Do you work somewhere?
No, sir.
You don't? Well, okay. Then you don't have to be going to work. Who lives with you at the house?
Got my kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, who supports the family?
My girl.
Who?
Notice how specific that is. Most direct route, that's legal language designed to stop defendants from using, I was just running errands as an excuse to roam free, smart move judge.
Does? Your wife?
Sir, I just got back.
What, your wife supports the family?
Yes, sir, but I just.
What does she do for a living?
She worked. I just came back.
What does she do for a living, sir?
She's the general manager, so I just lost my job.
Okay. Well, you can go out and look for jobs, but you've got to stay on home confinement. You can go find a job and you have to go to and from the job location in the most direct route. I got a lot of people who are on the same type of conditions and they are doing just fine and making a living. So don't say you can't do it unless you don't want to, but that's your condition. You are dangerous. I'm looking at the circumstances on this case. I don't want you ambling about without me making sure I know where you are at all times. You understand, sir?
So
You've got 48 hours to get that done. All right.
Can I ask you something? You said it's 3 of them?
You have a conviction of being a felon in possession of a firearm in 2019, which means you had a felony
No, sir,
before that.
I was with somebody else, sir. It was 2 guns in the car.
Wait, wait.
They took out money, so they
Felon
both of us.
A felon in possession of a firearm.
Yes, sir.
That means you had to have had a felony.
This part is wild. He's basically admitting the charge, but still trying to distance himself from it. Classic courtroom defense. Wasn't might was the situation.
I mean, that's.
You did a jury trial on the felon in possession. You got a guilty verdict, and they sentenced him 2 years.
Okay. He wasn't eligible for probation. That means you got a felony conviction.
Yeah, it's got state jail.
A state jail. Okay. What were you trying to tell me? That wasn't right at all, what you just told me.
No,
And you
sir,
know
that's-
more about your life than
That's
you
what-
have you have a state jail felony conviction. That's a felony.
Sir, I was already a felon. I was already a felon, but the guy who I was with that took off running, that's what made it a felon in possession of a firearm.
I'm sorry,
because
the
it was
jury
too
thought
low.
otherwise. They convicted.
Yes, sir. It was beat at first, but it was deadlocked, but they came back. and-
The jury, well, we have to follow the jury's verdict unless you appealed it and you didn't. And now we've got this situation. But you can go to and from work, to and from to get food, and to and from church. And we need to know where you are at all times, though, because I don't want you ambling about because you misuse firearms. What do you want to do next?
Just the announcement, Judge.
Okay,
I'll get what you said.
4 weeks. Good.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Please get a reset. Thank you. Serenity Mays. please.
That's Miss Mays.
That's you. You're in 25 CR 967. You were charged with the third degree felony of forgery.
Yes, ma'am.
And that means you're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 10 years confinement in prison, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. So it's serious.
No, the probation officer there.
Okay. Today, what do you want to do?
Yes.
Just, this is our first on announcement, Judge. Just put it on announcement. And
4 weeks gonna be good or 5? Is that
That's
good? Okay.
you know,
All right. Thank you. Please get it resetting. Okay, you're Renisha Owens?
Yes.
You're charged with the second degree felony of burglary of a habitation,
Mhm.
which means you are looking at no less than 2 no more than 20 years confinement in prison, and a fine to $10,000 can be assessed. You understand what you're charged with and the punishment range here?
Yes.
And Mr. Adams is your attorney. It's an initial. What do you want to do?
just announcement.
Okay. Okay. 4 weeks good?
That's good.
You're resetting
And Judge,
and
so,
follow his advice.
and Judge,
Jacorin is wearing white today. What's the deal? I didn't get the memo on this. I'm underdressed.
let's good.
Everybody else? I mean, well, it's nice that you feel this is important because it is.
It is.
You were charged here, sir. You're Jacorin White, right? And you are charged here in 25 CR 1158 with the second degree felony of assault on a peace officer. Where'd he go? John, where's your attorney?
Oh, he has, John West texted me this morning. And he said that he's stuck in another court, but he's asking for resetting for an announcement.
Okay. When's he going to be here? In this court? And which court is more important? I'd like to know. There's not a higher felony court than this one. I don't understand.
He's in another county judge.
Okay.
But
Did you know he wasn't going to be here? Have you met him before, sir? Okay. Well,
That's a serious one. Assaulting an officer in Texas is no joke. Judges emphasize penalties like this early to make sure defendants realize how high the stakes are.
let's just go over this so that you know just where you stand on things. And I don't want you to, you can ask me a question, but you don't need to answer on any of this. I just want to make sure you understand fully, since this is what we call an initial appearance. This is the first time you've been here. So initial appearances, what we do is make sure that the defendants understand fully what they're charged with and a little bit about the nature of the case and what the potential punishment range is. In this second degree felony of assault on a peace officer, you are looking at, if convicted, no less than 2, no more than 20 years confinement in prison, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Serious. Have you ever been charged with anything before? Never. Okay. Well,
I was inside about it, but I was the party choice.
Well,
Honest truth.
let's, well, Mr. West is a good attorney, and just follow his advice. I'm going to reset this for 4 weeks. since he's not here. This next event will be what we call an announcement. You will hopefully have discussed all this with him and then decided where y'all are going to be headed on the disposition of this. Okay. Get a resetting from that lady. Thank you. Are you Markham Joseph Champagne?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're charged with the state jail felony of forgery. Okay. You know what it's about?
No, sir, I do not.
It's looks like a check. It's written in the amount of $4,900 purporting to be the act of another person on their check, and apparently, according to the authorities,
Was that to do good credit? union,
It is.
sir? Okay, I'm already currently on probation for that.
who is?
I am at Jasper County. I have paid all the money back. It's all said and done. As far as there were checks wrote here,
Yeah, well, every time you write a check
yes,
in every location, that's a crime in a different jurisdiction. You have to clean up all the messes.
yes, sir.
This is
It-
well,
Got receipts.
no, this is something that was done here in Beaumont.
Your Honor, I believe there's two written here and one in Jasper. I can contact the Jasper office to see what the restitution amount is in that case and see if it covers the amounts written here as well.
Make restitution.
For what, for which check? For all the checks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, what's odd about this is, have you been moving around or anything?
I just recently moved, Your Honor, from Winnie to Bronson, Texas.
To where?
Bronson, Texas.
Okay. See, this indictment is very old
Yes, sir.
and which is anything unusual catches my attention
Right.
because things work in a certain way
Yeah.
in coordination. Generally, within weeks or a few months of indictment, the defendant comes in for their initial appearances, not
Year.
27 months later.
Yes, sir. I understand.
So this was indicted in June of 23,
Yes, sir.
and it states that you committed the state jail felony of forgery here in Jefferson County, Texas. And
I spoke with a detective about it
yeah,
and
he didn't, but
I asked the detective if something is done over this to please notify me. I will turn myself in.
okay.
And that's exactly what I've done
Oh.
in Jasper.
Well, it's come to light.
Yes, sir. I
And
didn't
you just
even
need
know
to
I
deal.
had warrants.
Well, just deal with it in a responsible way. And
Yes, sir.
it ought to
What
work
I'm
out.
trying to do now. I turned myself in on this.
Good. This says it's a check in the amount of $4,900
Yes, sir.
that went to Do Good Federal Credit Union at 1795 North Major Drive.
Yes, sir.
And it was,
Like I said.
and it was returned back, not authorized counterfeit check. So that then gets it, gets investigated by the Beaumont Police Department, and they file a report dated January of 23.
Yes.
So that's going on 3 years almost.
I wish I'd have known it had.
Well, it's sometimes things don't get out. And
Yes.
if you, this shows your address, 521 McDermott, Winnie. When was the last time you had that address?
6 months ago.
Okay. Well, I don't know why it didn't work its way to find you earlier, but You got to just deal with it here. And
Yes, sir.
it's something that can be worked out. It's not a crime of violence.
Yes, sir.
And is there a loss of $4,900 to this bank, or did they stop the check somehow?
Your Honor, I believe there's two cases. They're both checks. One is for $4,000, one's for $4,900 here in Manhattan. And to my knowledge, there is a loss of that amount. He is correct that there was another check case in Jasper. I don't know if the Jasper case collected all the restitution. That's something I would have to call and find out. It's all to Do Good Credit Union, just different branches.
There is a second indictment, 23 CR 706,
Yes, sir.
that was also handed up by the grand jury on June 21st, 2023. And it states that on October 27th, which would have been the day after the other indictment's date of an event, on October 27th, 2022, you passed forged financial instrument to the victim, which was in this case. Do that again, the same bank. Yeah. You wrote another check for $4,000. So you got a $4,900 check on one day, and then a $4,000 check on the next day. You understand? Okay, so you got two indictments, and they're both state jail felonies, which carry with it up to 2 years in the state jail. They're convicted on each case. So what are you doing about a lawyer?
Not have one, sir.
Okay, you're unable to hire one?
Yes, sir.
You need to fill out one of the indigent forms. We're going to give you that, fill it out, then come back and swear that it's all true and correct. Don't make any false statements.
Yes, sir.
And if I
My life up, sir.
if I deem all is well, then you will have an attorney appointed to help you, okay?
Just sit over there and fill it out and come back to me when you're done. Judge, you did not call this person. It was on the first page.
Inland Falk.
Sir.
Inland.
Sir, behind the wall.
Sorry.
25 CR 122. That's you, Mr. Falk? Okay, this is initial appearance as well. You're charged here with second degree felony of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, but it's not good. You've been here before, right? Have you been here on this case at all before, or is this the first time? You got two convictions, robberies in 2002 out of the 252nd District Court next door. After that was final. This says you committed the felony of illegal possession of a controlled substance and were
25 to life, and this judge isn't sugarcoating it. This is the kind of line that makes the courtroom go silent, because everyone realizes this isn't just paperwork anymore.
convicted in the court next door in 2019. Thereafter that conviction, it is alleged here in this new indictment that you committed the second degree felony of aggravated assault. This would be generally a second degree felony punishment of no less than 2 nor more than 20 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000.
Yeah.
But because you had those three priors, and 2 of them on one day in 2002, the third one is years later, but those are never in the past. They can always be used against you. You are looking at habitual felon status. If convicted of all of this, you're looking at no less than 25 years in prison.